Welcome to Precise. Today we're going to show you how to check the status of your Precise environment and check the health of it, etc. So you can see we've got the Precise URL is up and it's taking us to the applications. Click on admin point and it takes me first of all to the dashboard. So the dashboard is showing us the health and status of our Precise environment. And we can see that there's a number of agents, some errors reported. If we look carefully, we can actually see what those particular errors are. And we can have a look at those in further. If we want to check the status of our warehouse, again, we can see if there's particular errors, and again it's showing us which warehouse processes are potentially experiencing problems. I want to look at my licenses and see how long that license is there for in Precise. I can click on the licenses and it tells me what the expiry date is. You can see it's January 31st, 2022. So we're okay as far as licenses are concerned. So the dashboard gives us a very quick overview in terms of what to look at. So let's click next on agents. And here we can check the status of our agents. If you look at the bottom, we can see that it tells us roughly what the agents are doing. So most of them are all up and running fine without any issues. We have got one here that's failed at the moment, and we can potentially start that one. See it is starting and keep refreshing it to see if it's going to run. And there we go. We notice okay, it's running. We wanted to verify. Click on the Verify tab at the bottom here. And Precise is now just going to check the status of that particular agent. And it says that it's given us a little error there in terms of that particular agent. So we can have a look at that and drill down into that in further detail. If we wanted to check the logs, again, we can go into the log here and I can check to see which one is the latest run and also see what the data is that we've got there. So click on view. And here it's telling us the status of that particular log. You notice we can also save that if we wanted to and save that as a separate file. Click cancel there and we'll close that particular one and choose one of these other ones here. Let's click on this one. Click on log for the focal point. And again, here you can see the last time it was modified. If I click on this, again, I can view that log. I can see the detail that we have. So it's telling me where we are with that. Click on the trace file. And this is useful for us in terms of trying to understand if there are any errors. We look for something like a severe, and then we look to see what is actually causing that. And we can potentially look further then at Precise, the Secure Force solution portal to see if there's any errors that are out there and whether we've got any solutions for them. Let's click close on that. I wanted to focus specifically on the type of agent, and I can apply a filter. and I can choose just that filter. You can see here I'm only showing now the precise focal points. If I wanted to choose another one, let's say just the SQL Server agents, again I'm seeing only the SQL Server agents. So you can apply this to the filters, and you can pick and choose as to what you want to see. If we wanted to stop something, we can choose that particular agent. And then you notice it stopped. And then to restart it, I just click on start and it's restarted. We can do this for everything within the precise, everything except for the precise focal point. So let's go check our warehouse processes. And here you can see these are all the processes that are run in order to load the precise performance management database. We can see what the technology is here. So we can see we've got launch of SQL Server. We can see what that data is there with regards to that. So on SQL Server, I've got this load data one here, and you can see how frequently that's run. So that is run every 15 minutes. If I choose another one here, you notice this particular one is run once a day. So depending on what that particular warehouse process will determine how frequently that is run. The DB file stats here, again, you can see that's run once an hour. So if I wanted to look at the particular warehouse process, I click on run history, and this is telling me how that's actually performed. I want to see the data for it. There you can see all of the loads that are taking place for each of the instances and the number of rows, etc. And again, if I want to look at loaded data, again, I can see how many rows have been loaded for each of these particular runs of that. Okay. In terms of parameters, this is useful to give us a view as to how many instances we're monitoring, and you notice it's telling me what instances we have and how many segments we're actually capturing. So if I wanted to edit those, I can click on edit, and I can choose whether to use the default or whether I can want to increase that or not. Okay, so let's click OK on that. Likewise, if I wanted to edit the default, again, I can click OK on that and change that value. Click cancel here. In terms of scheduling, you can see this is telling us how frequently it runs every 15 minutes. So we recommend keeping the warehouse processes to run by default, but you do have the opportunity to to change things if you need to. Let's have a look at Purge Data here. So if I look at the parameters on this particular one, here you can tell, this tells us how long that particular data is. So again, it's showing us all of the instances. It's showing us that the time slice data, i.e. the 15-minute time slots, is kept for 28 days. The hourly data is kept for 4 weeks. The day data is kept for 3 months. The weekly data is kept for 12 months, etc. And then finally the monthly data is kept for 36 months. And again, as before, you notice we can edit that. So let's look at this particular warehouse process here, and we can see that there's some failures. So let's click on run history. So the first thing we see is, let's see, we see a number of failures. So by clicking on display granular information, this is where I get to see how much of an impact that particular failure is. What we notice is that most of the tables are being loaded. It's not really impacting that many. Seems to be a minor error here in terms of the XML document structure. So again, I can go to the Precise support portal and follow that, and if necessary, come up with a particular solution for that. So we've just given you a very quick overview in terms of how to check the status of your Precise environment. Please have a look at this, and please have a look at the other videos that we have within the Precise Resource Center. Thank you very much for your time.